بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. أيها الأخوة والأخوات، أهلا بكم في الحلقة رقم 12 من في مادة تعليم اللغة الإنجليزية لقسم الاقتصاد وقسم إدارة الأعمال. And in today's session we'll talk about the possessives, the use of the pronouns I and my and you and your and all of these. But before we start, I would like to review some of the basics of the sentence patterns with the use of the verb be that we have concluded with last time. So let's just look at it very briefly, the last slide that we have discussed last time, which is the basic sentence patterns with the use of the verb be. Okay, so let's go to the first slide in today's session. And you can see here the basic sentence patterns with be. The English sentence is, of course, composed of a subject, a verb, and a complement. If you look at the first pattern here, it is subject, verb be plus a noun. The second pattern here is subject, verb, and adjective. And the third, subject, verb, and a place. Here's an example for the first one. It's I am a student. I am a student. The subject is in green color and the verb be is in red, am, and the complement, the rest of the sentence is a student. The second pattern is subject, verb be, and adjective. Remember, we have discussed the use of be with adjectives in a previous slide, in a previous session. And here's the example. He is intelligent. We also can say he is smart, he is happy, he is hungry, and we can also use other pronouns, not just he. We can use she, we can use they, you, or a singular noun and singular pronoun, or singular or plural noun. And then the third one is subject, verb be, and a place. In other words, we can have the subject here at the beginning. We have we or she. These are subjects. And the verb be in the first one is are, because the subject is the pronoun we, and that is plural. Right? We are. With we take, or we takes the verb be are. And this is the complement, the rest of the sentence, in class. We are in class. All right? And the second example, she is upstairs. She is upstairs. So let's look at the information here in this part of the slide. And here it says the noun or pronoun that comes at the beginning of a sentence is called the subject. All right. And let me just take that E here because we don't need that. All right. Okay. Back to the slide again. All right, so the pronoun, the noun or pronoun that comes at the beginning of a sentence is called subject. So this here comes at the beginning. I comes at the beginning of the sentence. He comes at the beginning of the sentence. We and she also come at the beginning of the sentence, of these two sentences, and they are called subjects. That is a subject. It can be a pronoun or a noun. An example of a noun, for example, can be something like Canada is a country, or Saudi Arabia is a country. We can also say, for example, something like Fatima is a student. Fatima is smart. And in the plural form, we can use something like, for example, students are in class. And here, because we have a place, students are in class. Or students are outside. So these are examples. Second point here is be is a verb. Be is a verb. This is be, this is be, this is be. These are all forms of the verb be in English. Almost all English sentences have a subject and a verb. Almost all English sentences have a subject and a verb. All right, the third point, notice in the examples, right? Let's notice here that there are three basic completions for sentences that begin with a subject plus the verb be. And these are the three basic completions or patterns. They are, in this one, in this first example, the A example, we have a noun, all right, which is this one, a student. And in the second one here, we have an adjective, and it is the adjective intelligent. And as I said earlier, we can have other adjectives, not just intelligent. We can have smart, we can have, as I said, happy, sad, and all of these. And the third pattern here, it says an expression of place, as in C and D. All right, these are the two examples, C and D. So an expression of place, right? A place, like for example, in class, that's a place. Upstairs, that's a place. All right, so this is the basically, or the basic sentence patterns with be. And it is very important that we know this, because every time we read or speak, we have to follow these patterns. And of course, we use them for different things, like to introduce ourselves, to talk about time, to discuss or at least to introduce others as well. So it's very important. The verb be is so important, and that's why I spent about maybe 5 or 6 sessions discussing it. And now let's move on to the next slide for today. And we are going to talk about subject pronouns and possessive adjectives. Subject pronouns and possessive adjectives. And the question is, what do we mean by subject pronouns? What are they? And what are possessive adjectives? Okay? Subject pronouns are these. And I would like you to repeat. Okay? I'll say them. I'll say the pronouns, and you repeat after me. These are the subject pronouns. And these are the possessive adjectives. As you can see, in this part of the slide, we have the subject pronouns, and here, in this part of the slide, you have the possessive adjectives. All right, so just repeat, all right? You listen very carefully, and I will say them, you repeat after me. All right, I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her, we, our, they, their. So again, I, my, you, your, he, his, she, her. And by the way, here, some people say hair, and it's not hair, it's actually her. This is the correct way of pronouncing it. All right. We, our, they, their. All right. So these are the subject pronouns, and these are the possessive adjectives. Or we can also say possessive pronouns. All right. Next slide here. Again, let's read this passage together. Read the following passage. And then after that, we'll discuss it. We'll have some questions about it. This is Ahmed and, this is Ahmed Abdullah. And this is his wife. This is his family. So this is Ahmed Abdullah, and this is his family. Their house is in Riyadh. He is a bank manager. His bank is in the center of Riyadh. Amal is Ahmed's wife. She is a teacher. Her school is in the center of Riyadh too. Ahmed and Amal have 2 children, Asma and Ziyad. They're students at Riyadh High School. Employees at Ahmed's bank say that they're happy with their manager. Students at Amal's school also say they're happy with their teacher. Also, teachers at Asma and Ziyad's school say, our school has excellent students, and it is the best high school in town. Finally, Amal and Ziyad say that they love their parents, and their parents love them too. Ahmed has a happy family. Ahmed has a happy family. Now, here, well, we wanted to notice, or we notice in here in red color, the words his, their, right, his, her, and this is the apostrophe with S. And this is called possessive with S, all right? We use it to indicate that here, wife belongs to Ahmed. She is his wife. We can also say, right, Amal is the wife of Ahmed. Now, notice that when we say that Amal is the wife of Ahmed, that's long. It's long, and it takes, of course, it takes a long time to say it. Therefore, it's better to say Amal is Ahmed's wife, especially in speaking. Now, here you can also notice the pronouns here, their, our, and this is of course, the possessives, right? There and there. All right. So you can also read it yourselves, read it again. You can check the meaning, of course, or look up the words, check the meaning of the words that you don't know. I do not want to translate it for you. I want you to do some effort. Okay? Let's go to the next slide and look at some examples here. All right, subject pronouns, right, and possessive adjectives. All right. The red color again here is the subject, and it is a pronoun. I have a book. And you remember that we, of course, have discussed the use of the word have, or the have and has, and with I, of course, it takes have, right? So I have a book. Now, if I have a book, right, and I present it in front of you, we say my book is red. Now, because it's, of course, because I have it, it is my book. Now, you have a book, and because it is yours, we say it's your book is red. So let's basically do this here. Notice, I have a book, my book is red. You have a book, well, it's your book. So we say your book is red. All right? And he, for a man, he has. And see here, you notice that we have the use of the word of has, not have, because we can use have with I, you, we, and they, but has, we use it with he, she, with it, and a singular subject. So he has a book, and therefore, okay, it's his. So his book is red. His book is red. This is a different way to say it. And then she has a book, her book is red. We have a book, and our book is red. They have a book, the book is red. So I, and here we have my as the possessive adjective, possessive pronoun, and you, your, he, his, she, her, we, our, they, their. Okay, let's move on. And again, this slide basically, in it we add this part of the slide here shows the use of the possessive with S, okay, possession, using that S here after the apostrophe, all right. So if I have a book, all right, and it is my book, that means it is Muhammad's book. So I have a book, my book is red, And here notice we can say, instead of saying the book of Muhammad is read, right, we say Muhammad's book is read. All right, Muhammad's book is read. That means this book belongs to Muhammad and it is read. It is read. You have a book, your book is read, right? Now you are a student. The student's book is read. We also use this here, S with apostrophe, to indicate that the book belongs to the student. Another way of saying this sentence is the book of the student is read, but that is long. So we say the student's book is read. He has a book. This is another example. He has a book. His book is read. Abdullah's book is read. She has a book. Her book is read. Sarah's book is read. And then with we, all right, we have a book. Our book, all right, is read. Because we are, of course, here, the student's, right, book is read. And here, of course, we can actually use the pronoun here, the noun here, the students. It has to be plural because we wanted to indicate something different here. All right, I wanted to use the word, we wanted to take that one. You'll see the difference here. Because it's plural, all right, we do not add another S, right? We say the students, and we add the apostrophe only, and then the thing that they belong, that they own, that belongs to them. Like the book. The book belongs to the students, and the noun here is plural. This is different. When we have singular, we just add the apostrophe and S. When we have plurals, we add just the apostrophe and the thing that they, of course, that belongs to them, which is the book. So they have a book, their book is read, and the student's book is read. And the last one, they have a book, their book is read. Ahmed, okay, Ahmed, or Ali and Ahmed's book is read. Well, let's notice, let's talk about this here, this example. We have two people here, and they, of course, this book belongs to them. Now, look at the apostrophe with S. We place it at the end of the second noun here, the second one, not the first and the second, only the second one. And so it's not Ali's and Ahmed's. No, we just put it here. All right, we put it at the end of the second. If you, for example, if we go back a little bit to the reading, here, we notice that here in this, when we talk about school, see here also teachers at Asma and Ziyad's school, right? So at Asma and Ziyad's school, the school of Asma and Ziyad, right? And they say what they say about their, of course, teacher. And again, let's move to that slide. All right. Okay. So this is basically what done, and the arrows here just for more explanation. So this sentence turns to that one and then to that one, different ways of doing it, and I added these arrows just for better explanation of what basically is going on in this in this slide. So you can see that this one turns to that one, and then we can say it in that way. All right. All right. Let me move on to an exercise here, because as I said earlier, it's very important to practice. It's very important that we practice the rules that we study. Exercise 1 says, answer the following questions. Look at the question here. Is Ahmed married? Is Ahmed married? And I'm asking you, is this question a yes/no question or an information question? Look at, of course, the beginning of the question. It starts with is. Is Ahmed married? And by the way, these questions are about the passage that we have read earlier. Well, yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's a short answer, all right? Because we have a yes/no question. Second question, is Amal married? Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Where is their school? Now that question starts with the WH word where, right? Where is their school? Now after where here, right, we have the verb be, is, and then their school, their house. Where's their house? Where's their house? Okay? Think about the answer. It's in Riyadh. And why do we use it? Because we're asking about the house. And a house is a thing. It's not a human being. Okay? So it's, and notice again the contraction here. We studied contractions in the previous sessions. So it's. We can also say it is in Riyadh. It is in Riyadh. Number 4. What's Ahmed's job? Now, let me discuss the difference between S here and S here. I think you should be able to tell. Now, in that contractions section or the session that we have about contractions, this is, okay, this one here is the verb be is. So what is? But we do not say what is here in this question. We say what's. What's Ahmed's job? This one is not a verb be. This one is for the apostrophe. This one for position. This is the apostrophe and that's the S. We use it to indicate or to ask about the job, Ahmed's job. Well, of course, Ahmed has a job and the job belongs to him. So what is it? What is Ahmed's job? The answer is, from the article, according to the passage, he is a bank manager. He's a bank manager. And this is also contraction. He is, we say he's a bank manager. Question number 5. Where is his bank? It's in the center of Riyadh. It's in the center of Riyadh. Question number 6. What's Amal's job? What's Amal's job? Okay, it means what is Amal's job? She's a teacher. She's a teacher. Okay, she's a teacher. Number 7. Where's his school? Where's her school? Where's her school? Now look at this example here and this example. His bank and her school. Here, another way of asking this question is to say, where's Ahmed's bank? We can say that. We can say, where's Ahmed's bank? Or, where's his bank? And the reason we use his is because we just mentioned his name in the previous question. In question 4, we already mentioned his name, so we don't need to say Ahmed's name again, so we use this pronoun here, his bank. And here, we mention the name of Amal's name, right? We already said that. And then here we say her. Where's her school? The answer is, it's in the center of Riyadh, too. Two here means أيضا. All right. And the last question is, are their children teachers? Are their children teachers? And the question is about plural. Children, right? Of course, more than one. So we use are. Are their children teachers? And the answer, of course, is no, they aren't. They're students. They aren't. And aren't here are not. That's the contraction. They're students. And with this, we come to the end of session number 12. And next session, we'll continue talking about other topics. And thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.